What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Team Circus Live Duel. On the left side here with Yubel going up against Spright on the right side with us. This is what we're playing. I like the deck quite a bit. I think the deck is quite good. Now, it's not the greatest into the Yubel matchup. Of course, it is very die roll reliant, but we do win the die roll here, which is going to be huge with Spright going first. So diving on in, we do see a copy of the Beaver being normal summon, which is going to be summon a copy of Angler. A very nice card, which we can then go up into a copy of the Sprint if we want to. Depending on what we have in the hand, if we have a copy of Red or Carrot, we can special summon that out right now as well. But we are going to an extra deck, looking at what options that we have available here. This is going to be a great time to remind you to like, comment, and subscribe if you want to see more content like this. Helps out quite a bit. We are going to be going up into the copy of Gigantic here. Gigantic's going to activate the effect, detaching. Now we can't get hit with a copy of any Bestials now. At the point, I didn't know exactly what he was playing. He has been playing Bestial Dragon Link for quite a long time. I should say Fiendsmith Dragon Link. But, at this point, I just wanted to kind of stop it, sweet and steady. We're going to go for a copy of the Totally Awesome here, which we're going to be summoning the copy of Swap Frog. And then we're going to be summoning the copy of the, dumping the copy of the Angler here, or with the Swap Frog bounce back to the hand, which can summon out the double copy of the Beaver. Not needing us access for any of those, any of the Spring lines here. We do go for the copy of the Totally Awesome now, going up into that by putting the Mirror Mage onto the field here. And we do have now access to a copy of either the Illusion Monster or a copy of IP, kind of depending on what we want to do. Now, in this case, I probably would go for the copy of the Illusion, because we do have a Toad. And now we don't have any red negates or a carrot negates or any copies of a blues. Search for the copy of the Jets or anything like that. But we do set 3 cards here in pass turn on that. We're going to be seeing them in the standby phase. We're going to be sending another copy of the Swap Frog here. Not doing too much for us because we don't have anything else. But, depending on what we have in those set back rows, it can be quite crucial. Now, we are playing against Yubel, which is going to be quite nice because we can actually pop their Spirit Gates or the copy of Nightmare Pain with the Illusion Monster. But we're going to see that resolve when we're assuming them search or destroy a copy of the Spirit here. And now we can Toad negate this if we wanted to. But that's going to be... It's going to be hit with a Toad, okay. And then we're going to go Toad effect to add back. And we do chain the copy of Azaroon here. Going to be destroying the copy of the Nightmare Throne. Definitely not a good target to hit. You see a talent in the hand as well. We do have the double cross to bring back out the copy of Totally Awesome here. So we do have 2 Omni Gates, and that way, very nice that we didn't need to go up into the copy of Red, a copy of the Jet, to search for that. So we do have 2 negates here, a kind of a third negate into the form of the Azaroon. But we see them search for the copy of Lurie at the track. The track's going to be something with the copy of the Lurie here. And then we're going to go right up into the copy of the Requiem. The negate will be, the summon will be negated by the copy of the Azaroon here. And now we're just left with a copy of Totally Awesome on the field to be kind of interacting with our opponents there. We do have a normal still, so we can go for that normal of the Dark Beckoning Beast. They also have a talent in the hand as well. So go for the talents here. We do take that with the Totally Awesome. Definitely want to take it, because then if your opponent interacts at all during their turn, we have a free talent so we can just take for absolutely no reason. Might as well set it, have the advantage, which is kind of crazy. And they go, Toad is not once per turn, and there's nothing on this card that's once per turn. This card is absolutely crazy. How is this card not hit? But we're going to be seeing the Swap Frog being added back to the hand. They do know some of the copy of the Dark Beckoning Beast, and we have the Imperm for this. Another interaction to stop this here. It's going to be very crucial there. Looks like they have a trap as well, and the copy of Nightmare Pain. But they can go Nightmare Pain, destroy the copy of the Dark Beckoning Beast, letting them summon or search out for a copy of Spirits. Now, Spirits will be able to interact with them, or with us, in the battle phase at next turn. Kind of making it so that we have to go for a Gigantic line. And they can put back the Spirits as well as the copy of the Gates, to go up into the copy of the Phantom of Yubel. But they have to be very careful on the Phantom, because if we do, act for the Phantom, we are going to be able to take talents there, which is going to be just able to go very hard. They set 1 card, and they do go battle phase attack with the Phantom into the copy of the Gigantic, making us take 16 because Nightmare Pain there, and just passing turn on that. We do draw for turn here, and we have the copy of Beaver in the hand as well as a copy of the Swap Frog. So we are going to be doing quite nice here. We can have an access code line if I am not mistaken, because we have a bunch of spells in Graveyard as well as the ability to make a dark, but we haven't Veilered yet, so we have no spellcasters. Now we could just go up into a copy of like IP and then go up directly into the access code for 43 rather than the 53 there with the Solemn, but we are reading the copy of Gigantic, so I was making sure or how the interaction works with Phantom. You know, if it negates the effect or turns the effect into, am I still level 2 locked, or are we still both level 2 locked there? Because it is part of the effect, but we are deeming that it does. It does negate the entire effect, therefore we are not level 2 locked. But if anyone knows the ruling in the comments, let me know for sure. It's just part of the effect, so we just figured that the whole effect will be replaced by it. We do summon with a copy of the Swap Frog by sending the Swap Frog from our hand, so opening double, not the greatest. I think that was our draw for turn. But it will allow us to go up into the copy of the IP without using our normal summon there, which is going to be quite nice. Let's go for that Access Code Talker to gain the 2000 attack. We're then going to go for the Access Code Talker, pop the Nightmare Pain by banishing, and we do have another card we can banish for that, which is going to be the Illusion, popping the copy of the Spirits here. Now we're going to activate the effect of the Gigantic. Now we are level 2 locked, so we don't have to worry about that copy of the Spirit. We summon with the copy of Blue. Blue's going to search for the copy of Jet. It's going to search for the copy of the Starter. And then we can activate the Starter here if we want to. But this should be enough for game right on board. We have 43 plus 16 plus 11 plus 13. And a copy of the Beaver, which can just be normal summoned out and get us some more stuff as well. So we have essentially infinite attack with this Starter there as well. You know, being able to summon a copy of the Carrot there, allowing us to have a negate as well if it was something important, but I don't think it is. We're going to go Battle Phase, and this should just be it, yeah. And they give them back their talents because that card's absolutely crazy. That's one thing I don't like about Totally Awesome, that it is very easy to confuse your opponent's cards, especially if you're playing the same type of cards. We're both playing white. I think his is white on the inside and ours are not. Therefore, it's a little bit harder to when you're looking through the deck. But when it's face down, it's very hard to tell the difference. But it's going to be kind of the advantage as well if they do forget, you know, if we would have gone through multiple turns. But unfortunately, it was just a turn after. So we do see the Spright deck end up taking the win here in Game 1. But moving on to Game 2, we're going to be seeing Yubel have the powerhouse of the abilities going first here. We can see a huge board, you know, a Caesar on the board, a copy of Spirit on the board. Sometimes we can even end on multiple copies of the Spirit, or like in the case of the Yubel, with like the second Spirit would be the Yubel as well as the copy of the Samsara Lotus, or we can even go for a Verudis here, you know, like Caesar of Verudis as well as a copy of Spirit. Can just be, you know, turn ending. We can't really beat 2 interactions, honestly. And the Rage as well, you know, not even counting the Rage, being able to take our special summon monsters there, you know, you only have like so many extenders. You have Starter, you have a normal summon, and then you have like a Swap Frog as well. We do see a Shifter being dropped here, which is going to be pretty good against the deck. But they set 3 cards here and just passed. Looks like they didn't have a good of a hand either. They have an Ash Blossom and a copy of the Squirmer in the hand. So that's copy of Shifter didn't do anything there. We do normal summon with the copy of the Angler here. And then we go for a special summon of a Blue. Blue is going to activate the effect. And that's going to allow us to search for a copy of Carrot. We're going to special summon with the copy of Carrot here. Then we're going to go for a copy of Starter. And this is why they don't stop the normal summon, because if we had the Starter, then we're able to play through it. We summon with the copy of the Jet, and then Jet's going to let us search for a copy of the Gamma Burst. And this should just be game unless they have any other interaction point here. Now, to stop the copy of Spirit, which we thought they had maybe in the hand, we're going to go up into a copy of Gigantic. But So we are thinking on what we can do for the extra deck here. We go for a gigantic, and on the summon they are going to be Solemn Judgment, that bringing them down to 4,000 life points, but stopping that summon. Now we could go for, we have a red here, okay, as well. Now we're going to go up into the copy of the second gigantic, and that's going to be hit once again with a copy of the Judgment here. We're going to go Battle Phase, attack with 1,000, and they have the Spirit as well. They had Spirit Ash in hand, which is going to be kind of crazy. And we should have just not gone for the gigantic, but it is what it is. We're going to see the Spirit can activate the effect, adding the Nightmare Pain to the hand here. And that's going to be essentially it from us. We're going to pass turn on that, leaving the one copy of Carrot in the hand. They're going to activate the Nightmare Pain, destroying the copy of the Spirit. Let them search for a copy of the Samsara Lotus, which they have not normal summoned, or a copy of Squirmer in this case. We're going to be seeing the copy of Spirit summon with the copy of the Yubel here. And then we can... Yeah, we thought we should have just went Battle Phase with this. But then we can, like, red negate the copy of Spirit. But it still wouldn't have been enough. Like, we just, yeah. Definitely misplayed there. We're going to go for the copy of the Squirmer, destroying the copy of the Yubel, summoning out itself, and then destroying the Yubel, summoning the copy of the Terror Incarnate. We're going to go up into a copy of the Moon, and at this point we know we're going to be losing, so we just admit defeat there. We can go up into a copy of the Requiem, and then that's going to essentially allow us to, if not OTK, essentially have the game. Because we're going to be ending on like a copy of the Spirit, a copy of Caesar, and Nightmare Pain. Like that's going to be this absolutely crazy. Being able to stop Caesar alone to stop our board, especially after we burn through a red, a carrot, a gigantic, or both gigantics there, and like one sprint. Definitely is going to be a crutch. I also know we had another shifter in hand, so definitely not going to be doing anything like a dead card altogether, and a Gamma Burst. Like the top deck is not going to matter. No matter what we're going to be able to do, they're going to be able to negate that with the copy of the Phantom. And then the Caesar, is just a cookie on the top. But moving on to game 3, we're going to have the advantage once again, being able to go first. And this deck strives going first. Going second, we have to play those like shitty cards like Shifter. Now, nobody likes playing those cards, and if you do, you're sick. But yeah, like being able to just play Gamma Burst Shifter is quite nice, but definitely not the kind of games I want to be winning. Reminds me of like primitive Tempai at that point. But we are going to be going on into game number 3 here with Yubel going second. We see an Ash in their hand and a copy of Imperm, I believe, and a Squirmer. So they have double hand trap, which is going to be quite nice. We're going to go for a copy of Starter, and they do have the copy of Ash Blossom for it. We do set a card and set 2 and pass turn on that. Just losing to 1 Ash Blossom here. We're going to be seeing the normal summon of the Beckoning Beast, and the summon is not going to be successful. We're going to be judging that ourselves, bringing us down to 4,000 life points. We're going to activate a copy of the Terraforming, letting them search for a copy of the Field Spell here. Nightmare Throne going to be a crazy card. We do Ash the Nightmare Throne here. We're going to set 1 and pass on that as well. So we're going to be seeing a normal summon of a copy of Angler, and special summon with a copy of the blue here, activating the blue effect to search. And do they have something to interact with this? They're thinking about imperming it. They are going to imperm it there. I feel like that's definitely a little bit of a misplay. We should have impermed the copy of the Gigantic, but it doesn't really matter, because if we wouldn't have impermed this, we would just go for a copy of the Jet, and then Jet summon itself out, and then search for a copy of a Starter. At that point, we just link away. So yeah, there's no real point where they can do anything. They're just kind of forced to have like 2 interactions. So we're going to go up to a copy of Sprint. Sprint going to dump the copy of the Angler. Angler's going to dump a copy of Beaver here. We're going to then overlay for a copy of the Gigantic. Gigantic activate the effect, summon the copy of Swap Frog. Swap Frog is going to dump the copy of the Mirror Mage. Mirror Mage is going to search for the copy of the Spell. And this is where the camera does die. We are POV camera. So we are going to be replacing the battery with that. We have like 17 minutes left on the timer, so it's not going to make that much of a difference. But yeah, we summoned with a copy of the Mirror Mage here, and this is going to allow us to essentially go for an early access to a Totally Awesome. And they don't really have anything in the hand. We don't necessarily know their hand, but we know they already use a normal summon, which is not going to be the greatest. We're essentially just hoping they have a Spirit. But we did go for Gigantic, therefore the Spirit is going to be not able to summon itself out. And we don't really lose anything at this point, with a Omni Negate being placed on the field. Now we should bounce the Beaver back to hand first, yeah. So we do that first, and then we're going to go up into the copy of the Totally Awesome. And then we have... yeah, we can bounce any monster there. We have a Totally Awesome, which is going to be able to attack, as well as a copy of a Gigantic, making us essentially deal 54, I think. I don't even know. Dealing a bunch of damage, bringing them down to a 1 clock turn. We're going to pass on that, and then we're going to be seeing during the standby phase, we're going to summon a copy of the Swap Frog there, just for essentially follow-up and an extra body. They're going to normal summon the copy of the Dark Beckoning Beast, and we see them draw a copy of the Veiler in the hand. Now we are going to be Veilering or Imperming in this case, the copy of Dark Beckoning Beast, make it so they cannot search for a copy of Gates to have a additional normal, as well as being able to be quite nice. We do go see a Squirmer here, and we are going to be thinking on that. They don't have... they can go for a Yama, but Yama is not going to do that much for them. We're going to see that they go for the Squirmer here. Not going to care that much about it. And then, at this point, they just link away. And we take... now, if they were playing any copies of, Requiem, or if they're playing any, Typhons there, that could have been a line where they go for a Yama effect. We do take that with the copy of Toad, and then that's going to be... they're going to be negated there. We can't set the card, but they can then banish the copy of Squirmer to summon the copy of the Beckoning Beast. Beckoning Beast, slap on a copy of, or just go Battle Phase, Crash, or slap on a copy of Typhon, really whatever they want to do. But they go for a copy of Moon instead, then we're going to go up into a copy of SP, and then we're going to be seeing SP effect going to activate here, and we do chain the copy of Totally Awesome on it. And then I'm going to chain the copy of the SP on the copy of the Gigantic. And then we're going to be adding back with the Toad, adding back a copy of the Toad to the extra deck there. And then we're going to be seeing the Gigantic being summoned back out with the copy of the SP. So they have essentially... do we know the last card in the hand? Yeah, we know it's a Shavara. Or no, we don't know what the last card in the hand is. We know it's a... well, I know it's a Veiler right now, but we didn't know at the time. So we know someone a copy of the Beaver here, and that's going to be able to summon back out a copy of the Angler from the graveyard. And then we can go up into... if they don't want to SP, they want to leave the SP on the field. We can go for the bunny as well, but we're trying to play around a copy of Spirit, I think. We go up into the copy of the Rabbit. Then we're going to be chaining the SP to the Rabbit. We set the copy of the Azrain. Now, we don't necessarily need to win this turn. We know they're on almost 0 cards here. They have gone through their copy of the Moon as well. It's going to make them quite difficult for them to have access to a to anything bigger. We go for the copy of the Gigantic. We activate the effect. They do chain a copy of the Veiler here, leaving them on 0 cards. We go Battle Phase Attack, and then we're going to be seeing the Rabbit bring out the copy of the SP, or SP bring out the copy of the Rabbit here. So we have essentially, we also have a face down as well, which can be an Imperm. But we have the copy of Azrain, which is going to be able to so we just go Battle Phase, Attack, SP, but Azrain can't be destroyed by battle because it is an illusion monster. So definitely a misplay there. We took 100, but that's not going to matter. Now, if we would have left the Azerin on the field, that would have been even better for us. Would have been easier for a game. But, yeah, we don't. So we can't add for the Gigantic because Gigantic does attach on resolution. So we have the normal or special note the copy of the Carrot here. Yeah, so then we just go battle phase, attack, and that's going to be kind of game there. But we were worried about the copy of the Spirit and the Ham. We had the copy of Imperm, which would have made it. They were down to like less than 1,000 life points. So we see Spright end up taking the game kind of weirdly. That if we would have left the copy of the Illusion Monster on the field, it would have been significantly easier for that. But unfortunately, we did not. Regardless, hope you enjoyed watching the video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe to see more content like this, and stay safe. Peace.